It was too awkward to do it at the Walmart parking lot, so we'll start here. I talked about a bit of a plan yesterday and built a better plan today. We're gonna go check out that basilica in Dyersville and then head north towards two towns I haven't seen before or been to, and then head east and see if there's any sort of interesting gravel roads to check out. And if not, I can go all the way east to Edgewood, where I know there are some interesting gravels to check out. There's one where I think I nearly got to the end of it and then I got scared and turned around, so I'd like to finish that one if I can. So I actually went through an off-road trail. We call it off-road, but they still do look like roads. Is there a name for that? Is that what a B road is? Shit, I didn't put the phone. I can do that in Dyersville. I'm not gonna take the freeway today. I'm sick of being on the freeway, so I'm gonna take, they call it Old 20. What's the highway, I'm assuming, before this area? Hello, why can I not have 6th gear? There we go. Oh, I don't need 6th gear, that's why. I'm assuming it's Old 20 because it was probably Highway 20 before they built the actual Highway 20, which I think is an interstate? I'm not really sure. I've been to the bridge so many times where it goes into Illinois, but I've never really crossed it. It's got to be, though, because it's even numbered, so that means it's east-west. And it really is just a straight road through Iowa. There's no way it's not an interstate. It's got to be an interstate. But it is the main road through this town. I imagine a lot of small towns like this probably have something similar, like a main road that comes in that connects to the next town down the road, but like a highway like a mile or two away. The Midwest is crazy with infrastructure stuff like that. They had a little bit of time, and we still have a little bit more room to make those changes. It's not like out east where everything is packed on top of each other, or out west where everything is just constantly being rebuilt. So yeah, jobs. That was the thing that I didn't feel like re-recording yesterday. We can talk about my job history. And I guess I have a little bit of time to think about it now, so I won't struggle through it as much. I spent a lot of time when I did drop out of high school, oh yeah, by the way, this is a really cool building. This is a city hall or county seat, courthouse. Can't help but wonder if the same people who built churches. But when I dropped out of high school, I was working at Walmart. I did that for almost 2 years. I got written up a lot. I'm not really good with authority. And back at the time I was working there, if you got written up, I think it was 3 times in a certain amount of time, they'd like give you the day off, tell you to write an essay about how you're gonna fix it. And I just wrote an essay about how I don't feel bad about any things that got written up for, and I thought it was kind of bullshit, so I quit. Then I worked as a temp for quite a while at a bunch of different places. One place did eventually hire me. I worked there for a little while running a warehouse. That was the warehouse before I went and worked on cell towers for a couple months. That was fun. I got a lot of stories from that, but nothing particular worth pointing out in like in a video like this about my job history. After that one hired me, I went back to being a temp for a while and ended up at this place that doesn't exist anymore called Mana Freight Systems, where I started as a forklift driver. And they had me unloading damaged freight, so they're like a freight forwarder. Like if you buy a couch on Amazon and click the little button and pay to have it like brought to your house and put together and then take the old one out. Amazon doesn't pay the people that do that. And Mana isn't the people that do that, but Mana is the people that Amazon pay to find the people to do that for you. It's a lot of money exchanging hands. It's a really weird business, but sometimes people drop stuff, break stuff, it gets hit on the truck, and it gets damaged, so it comes back to their warehouse because they basically buy it off the customer, and they try to resell it for what they can get it for, or for what they can get for it. I was brought on as a temp to unload a few trailers of this kind of stuff. Like couches, TVs, wine coolers. I any kind of home decor or small appliance. And I was just, yeah, they were like, get it off the truck, figure out what it is, put a label on it, write on the label what it's worth and what it is. And like after a day of that, I was really, my handwriting is really bad, so I was really sick of doing that. I didn't mind the forklift, I just didn't like having to fucking handwrite all these labels. And so I had seen near the laptop they gave me to keep track of everything in an Excel spreadsheet, there was a Zebra printer. It prints like those 4x6 labels. Think like any Amazon or UPS label you've ever seen in your life. It's the printer that prints those. And next to that was a barcode scanner, and I was nerdy enough to know the barcodes are just a font, and the printer is just a printer. So I whipped up, I don't know, I'll call it like a template in Excel that referenced the main sheet where I was entering all the information about these products, and it would lay it out kind of like a label that was usable, and it would have a barcode on it that you could use. You could literally press Control F in Excel, scan the barcode from the sticker that I had printed and put on it, and it would select that row in the Excel sheet so you could see what it was. And the manager came out after, I don't know, like 3 or 4 hours after I was doing that. He said, "Who set this up for you?" He was like, "Oh, I just saw the scanner and the printer, so I just thought I would just, just be easier. My handwriting sucks, it's faster." He was like, "Yeah, but who came out and set it up?" I was like, "I just saw the equipment there and just started using it." And they were like, could not be convinced that IT didn't like spend a couple days coming down and setting this up for me. And so fast forward from that, I went from being their forklift driver to a data entry clerk for them in their claims department. So instead of unloading the shit, I mean, I was still doing that, but I was also now handling when customers called and complained about their shit being broken, or trying to get a hold of customers when we knew we broke something and had to tell them. And I really hated it. I would rush through that job just so that I could go out and be on the forklift again. And one of the tasks I had to do every week was, for anyone that hadn't contacted us about something that was damaged that was in the warehouse, we would send them an email like, "Hey, these 7 products are broken, here's a general description of the damage, blah, 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 here's the order number," and all that bullshit. And this was like thousands of lines of stuff. I was in one warehouse where I only had to manage like maybe a couple hundred things, but it was for all of their facilities across the country. And it was dozens of companies, if not a couple hundred, thousands of items, and all I got to work from was one giant spreadsheet with everything on it. So I had to sort it by the customer, grab just one customer's shit, open a new Excel spreadsheet, save it, attach it to a new email, describe the template of like blah blah blah, here we're contacting you about freight, grab the order numbers from the Excel spreadsheet and put them in the email so that the email is searchable. It was just a huge pain in the ass. I absolutely hated it, and I started Googling stuff because I knew what a macro was. I didn't realize you could write code for them, but I knew that like you could make Excel repeat stuff for you. And over the course of like 2 or 3 months, I sort of just accidentally learned how to write VBA Excel macro code and kind of automated that whole thing away. And that was sort of like where I learned to code. I really just hated my job and didn't want to do it anymore, which honestly, in hindsight, should have been a giant red flag. I guess I just wanted to get back on the forklift. And after I'd been using that for a couple weeks, I could literally like click go on this thing, and then the computer would freeze for like an hour and a half, so I would just like go to the warehouse and do some work. And one week, one of the database people came up to me, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I just have this thing going that makes this report for me because I don't want to do it myself." And he's like, "That's really cool, you should show me." And he looks at it, and at the time I didn't realize it was terror. I thought it was surprise, but I could see the terror in his eyes. He was like, "That's really neat. Please never run that again, and we're going to talk to you in a couple of weeks." And I just thought I had like fucked up. And so I just had to go back to doing the job the old way and using using Excel, the manual. It really sucked. And a couple weeks later, I got called into the CFO's office, which I don't know how that was relevant, but whatever. And I thought I was getting fired, which really sucked because I was looking for another forklift job, but I hadn't found one yet. Through the temp agency I was at, you can kind of just tell them that you don't like something, and they'll work around it with you as long as you don't upset the client. And so I was just like, "Ah, damn, they're gonna fire me before I have a new one," and I was a little disappointed. But no, they were moving me to development. They wanted me to write code. something I didn't know at the time was their main application. This application that I got the report from was written in VB6, which is, for all intents and purposes, the exact same thing as VBA, and hasn't really changed since VBA. I shouldn't assume that. I haven't actually really touched Excel meaningfully in like 10 years, but whatever. Similar kind of code. And they knew that I would be willing to write the code, so they gave me a tiny bit of a raise and said, you write code now. I did that for about a year, and then they decided to replace their entire IT department. And so I was stuck in between, do I apply for more IT jobs? Oh, I skipped over let's rewind, like, do it. I was writing this VB6 application, but all of the logic, for you fellow nerds, all of the logic for this application was in the database. And that was where I got started on databases. Because the application was really just an interface to call a top level stored procedure in the database. The database did all the work. That's where all the real code lived. The interface was just buttons. And so I had to quickly learn SQL, Microsoft SQL Server specifically. And I was really just kind of dinking around with Visual Basic as a necessity to get the users what they wanted in the application. But all the work was really in the database. And so, fast forward, lose a job, think, okay, I can do databases, so I apply to a couple jobs. And I get one through a contractor. I think it's like a 4-month contract. And it's for this educational software company. I won't name them because they still exist. And it seemed really cool. Cool culture, fun project to work on. I knew it was short term. I was still looking for full-time work, and the contractor knew that. But 4 months, it's some work. It's more money than I've ever made before, and they seemed to like me. So a couple months into that, I did get another offer for full-time work. And what was really awkward was when I went to tell the contractor, and just to make the terms clear, contractor, client, and then me. The contractor was the company who paid me. They cut my checks. I went up and showed up and did work at their client. And so when I got this full-time offer, I went to tell the contractor, like, hey, I need to cut this short. Got another offer. It's really tempting. It's full-time. Where they admitted to me that like a few weeks prior, the client had actually contacted them and asked if they could hire me outright. And they told the client, in spite of knowing that I wanted full-time work, they told the client no, that I would be contracting a long time, and they had a contract set up for me next. So after that awkward lunch, the contractor asked me for a couple days for them to just communicate and figure things out. Where I realized I had been being taken advantage of the most, and probably one of the biggest things I learned and like take as something that changed how I look at the world after this situation was the next day, unprovoked. I didn't ask, it never even crossed my mind, but my contract rate went up by $10 an hour for the rest of the contract, which means, it's at least $400 a week that it was just costing them outright just to have had that awkward lunch with me. So I did finish the contract. A few days after that lunch, the client sent me an offer letter that would have started at the end of the contract. And it was for less money, but it was a cooler company. I already was sort of familiar with the position. I already liked the people. So I took it. And then I spent 7 years there working in educational software, which I still think is my ultimate irony as a high school dropout with like no formal training or GED or anything. It was a really good time. That company changed my life. I have no ill will against them. Kind of like the first job, just at some point they downsized. I was the youngest, newest hire, so I just got to let go. And then I spent like 8 months in some kind of dark places and didn't work. And then ended up at the company that I'm at now. And the fun thing about the company I'm working for now is this was supposed to be the comfortable, why am I stopping? This is not a red light. This is supposed to be like the comfortable job that I could have done for another 10 or 15 years and retired. I won't name the company I'm working for now. It's not hard to find. But I turned down SpaceX to work for this company. And the reason I turned down SpaceX is because they wanted me to move to Hawthorne and work 50 hours a week in the office. And what they described about their database environment was terrifying. It was a lot more money, but it would have cost a lot more money to live out there. And the other company just seemed like a cool, calm company from the 90s. I don't think they're like super driving to innovate. I could like get this job, not have to be an overachiever, do my work, make them happy, and then just get paid and keep living my life and retire early. Had I known that not even 2 years into that job that I would be losing it, I probably would have gone for SpaceX, and my life would probably be in a lot different position right now. But here we are on a motorcycle instead because of it, so I guess that's alright. Oh man, the windmills are up again. Should really look into that. I know one of the reasons is for maintenance, but it wouldn't be that often, and there's nobody out working on these. I really wonder if it is just a grid supply thing. So yeah, that's jobs. All of these jobs on paper required a 4-year degree. Something that has changed since I have been in industry is a lot of the recs now will say 4-year degree or equivalent experience. I haven't been applying super hard to jobs, so I don't really know how hard it is to find a job, but don't sell yourself short. You can learn a lot of skills online for free, and most companies, especially, I guess this is an opinion, but my perception is that most companies, especially at the entry level, it's so much cheaper to hire and fire like 10 of you and see if one of you figures it out than it is to hire someone who knows what they're doing and has experience. So don't be afraid to try to break into a new industry if you are genuinely interested in it. And back in 2014, 2015, I was super motivated and passionate about databases. And that carried on until about 2019, 2018. I just started to get jaded with that job. And I let it go on too long. COVID was rough. Being in the online school thing, we put in some pretty crazy projects. Fun, but crazy. And I started to learn that I don't think I like the whole corporate world. That was a medium-sized business. I worked for what is probably considered a large business now. Not like, I think they like approach the Fortune 1000. It's not like Fortune 100. It's not like Google or Apple or anything like that. But they're a fairly large company. It's billions of dollars. And I like it. I think I like it less. I miss the first job where it was like 9 people that worked in the software anywhere to do with software, and we all kind of had free reign to do what we wanted. I mean, obviously don't break stuff and, upset people, but like, where I'm at now, even if I really, really want to make an obvious change that no one would ever say no to, it can be weeks sometimes. It just sucks. It just sucks to be there and have the capability and know the benefit and then just have to sit and wait. I suppose it might be different if I ran my own company, but I don't think I'd want to do that either, especially in software. So yeah, that's jobs. And I don't know what's next. I did enough saving that the plan was never to live in this part of the country and grow old here, but if I needed to, I could probably just find a forklift job or just some sort of stocking or warehouse job, and I'd be fine. I don't need the big income anymore. But if I find the right tech company, I'll go back into it. I would really like to do something mechatronic, like automation for factories, running robots. Something with computer vision would be cool. I would like to work on something that isn't a website or an app, but code that interacts with the real world. I mean, like this bike, there's probably at least tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of lines of code running this bike right now. That screen is probably at least a couple tens of thousands of lines of code. And it could be neat to work on shit like that, to work on a physical product that goes out there into the world. Ooh, a twisty. Ah, that's right, this is for the bridge, right? Yeah, this is the bridge. came through here a while ago when it was raining. I was trying to get back from Dubuque and I forgot it was going to storm, and this thing was flooded, probably like 2.5 feet tall. It was really spooky, but we made it through. I like it better when it's dry. Said no one, or no, we're not going to make that joke. I'm so glad I took this way and not the freeway. Yeah, that was jobs. I don't know what else is on my mind today. I'm hungry. I might eat in one of these other towns. There's some good food at Strawberry Point, which is sort of where I might end on the northward side. But also there's some really good carnitas tacos back in town where I left. I don't know what time it is because I reset. Oh yeah, shit. I fixed. I seem to be able to choose one or the other. I can have the correct date or time and not have the service light on, or I can have the service light on. The bike, I think I described this on the first day. The bike, whenever it does whatever this reset thing is, it thinks it's January 1st, 2023 at midnight, or at least it does the next time I turn it on or something. And it has a hard-coded service date of January 1st, 2024. And so when I set the date to today, 2025, it thinks that it's past its service date, and it throws the light. And there's a menu to clear that light. You say next service is X miles or X months. And then it does clear the light, and then the bike seems fine. And then I turn it off and go to bed or whatever, and then I turn the bike on later, and then it thinks it's 2023 again. I can see the Basilica in the distance. So, yeah, I don't have the clock on the bike right now, and I mean, when I put the phone down, I'll at least have the time. But that's annoying, and I'm gonna have to figure that out. It looks like I reset my trip meter too. No, because I haven't done 30 miles. I did get gas. I almost kind of want to dick with it on the camera just so that I fucking have evidence, so that I'm not, like, convince myself I'm not going crazy. Because I swear I've done this like 3 times now, and it keeps happening. It's exactly the same thing, it keeps happening. One of the times it even reset the trip computer, which really confused me. Or it like unreset it, I guess is what I mean. I hadn't learned how to reset it yet until I put about 500 miles on it, and then I finally did fill it up with gas and reset the trip computer. And then I swear the next day when I got on, the trip computer was back at like 500 and some miles and had not been reset. So like, I don't know if I need to like leave it on longer while it's like trying to write the ROM or some shit. Well, it wouldn't be a ROM, it'd be like an EEPROM, but while it's trying to write the memory, am I turning it off while it's saving? Am I corrupting my save file? I'm gonna lose my Pokemon. I don't know. Maybe I will try that while I sit here and look at the Basilica. I don't even know why I came out here, other than that I mentioned it yesterday. It's a really cool building. It's a really big building. I wonder how tall that is. It probably says somewhere. If I felt less awkward, I would kind of wander around inside. I know churches are usually pretty open receiving, but I just don't want to impose. Also, it looks like it's busy. There might be a mass going on. St. Francis Xavier Basilica. I'm gonna go around the block. Yeah, because I want to park on the other side across the street. It'll give a better angle. It sucks because I gotta go over the river now. Oops. Wait, can I cut across here? Does this road loop around? I don't know this town that well. Oh, it does loop around. Yeah, if I was smart and wanted to make a better video, I would like... Oop, I don't want to turn there, actually. If I was smart and wanted to make a better video, I would have learned some history and talked about this building. I just really like anything like pre-1940s architecture. Now I know when this building was like built in the 60s or something, I feel really dumb, but it looks really old. It's just well maintained. Either way, it's a pretty building. A very big building for this part of the country in a town this small. Also, there's all kinds of cool shit that goes on in churches. Like bell towers are really sweet, even the old ones. yeah, it's a pretty cool building. If I was less of a scaredy cat, I'd go in. Maybe someday if I get comfortable talking to myself on a camera. I hate these like blind parking space blocked corners. Alright, so that was the Basilica. Now I'm going to wander north into into towns I've never been to before, on roads I've never seen before. There's a road that goes north out of here. I should probably get the phone out and put it on so I have some sort of map. I think that was the road I wanted to go down. Chad's Pizza. You got all the decals. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that other road was the one. Burritos, tacos, where? Taquerita. Looks like it's closed. Train tracks. Here's a shady spot. I'll stop up here and figure out this bike. This is this giant fucking grain bin. These things are really dangerous. People die in these all the fucking time. Alright. Let's see if I can figure out a date and time. So, I go to the settings and I set clock and date. That's 2025. Today is the 23rd. Guns. I want to go shooting. What are those people doing? It's 5:19 p.m. Which is 17. It's like 20. Is this what I'm doing wrong? No. Back. Okay, so now it thinks it needs service. Oh no, now it's good. I swear to God, I'm gonna turn this bike back off and on again and it's gonna be busted. Or it'll just be busted tomorrow, but now I have evidence. Well, it doesn't think it needs service. Okay. Alright, so we are here. I wanted to go north through, there we go, New Vienna in Luxembourg. And then I can head west through Colesburg to Edgewood, where if I don't find any cool roads, because Edgewood is where, Edgewood is where that first off-road thing that I did was. That was really neat. Let's plug that in. Plug this in. Make sure we got enough slack for the bars. We do. Actually, I'm going to get music going too. What do we want to... Oh, that's not music. How did I even open that? That wasn't on the... What? Oh, some street lit. No. Dun, 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 dun. What do we got? Around here is Counting Crows? Is that who that is? Oh, that's kind of like a go-to for me. How did I open the calendar? It's like not a option. Alright, let's go check out a new town. I just turned from 2nd Street onto 2nd Street. Ugh. Wait, why? Bro, is there something other? Why is it sending me here? I could have just come out and gone there. Dude, that was probably on private property. No, that's a street. Well, I was technically on private. Whatever. Thanks, maps. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to talk a whole lot today. Might just be motorcycle noises and wind noise. Oh yeah, I did up the setting. We're on the high setting now for wind noise. Hopefully that makes a difference. I do want to move the microphone to a better spot. I think getting it over by where the Cardo mic is will be a lot better. Whoa, this does not feel like a 25-mile-an-hour road. I'm just afraid of using the magnet. Although, with the little chin guard thing this has, like, even if it did fall off, it would, like, rattle around on my chin, so it would probably be fine. Air myself out. Well, I could have gone. Oh, it's a popo. Always love waving at police, see if they wave back. Hi. He waved back. He seems friendly. I suppose that's a potentially hot take these days. I actually like the police. I do watch a lot of police body cam videos and stuff about some pretty messed up stuff online. But I've noticed a consistent pattern of people who just shut up and do what the police say in the moment, even if the police are wrong, usually live to tell about it, and depending on how wrong the police are, sometimes get a really big payday. The hard part is a bad or corrupt cop who's just having a bad day can ruin your life for months, sometimes even years. But to resist, run, flee, yell, get upset, it's never made sense to me. Super nice out today. I'm probably going to button this shirt up a little bit more, just a little bit chillier. It's fun to think about though, needing to buy like real gear instead of this lightweight summer shit. I wonder what that truck's doing out there. He wants a new tractor. Now, speaking of police, the other day, I was rolling up to the gas station and I was going to pull through, like it was 2 spots on the corner, on each side of the corner that wraps around the building, and I was going to pull through the one on the corner and into the other one, and the local police didn't see that was my plan and took the spot I was going to, and I kind of like motioned at him, like, you took my spot, and he was like really sorry about it. I was like, you can make it up to me if we can go somewhere and take some pictures with the lights on. He said, yeah, follow me. And so we went to the airport in town and took a couple of really shitty pictures. I forgot to use night mode. It was really fun though. And he was like super chill and happy about it. I find a lot of times if you, it's that whole golden rule, treat people how you want to be treated thing. Oh no, is this me getting pulled over for doing 60 and a 55? That looks like it's probably a mail truck. No blue and reds. Yeah, that's a fun fact. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people know this, but in rural parts of the country, oh, that one isn't. just a personal mail vehicle. So that's a thing too. You can register your rural mail carriers. I'm pretty sure you can register their own personal vehicle for mail use. I don't know if they're compensated or what. But another thing that happens a lot, I think Subaru made a bunch of them, and I think Jeep makes some too. Right-hand drive cars are a thing that were produced specifically for the U.S. Postal Service, which is kind of neat. That one is not. I am full of useless information like that. There were also like no restaurants anywhere for a long time, and I am kind of hungry. I might end up stopping at Strawberry. I don't know if I want to drive back from Edgewood. But the tacos are so good. Ooh, that was a brown sign. There's something cool like a mile that way. I'm gonna have to do that in an upcoming day soon. Just find a brown sign and follow it. And keep coming up with ideas before I know that these signs exist. And I really should be wandering north more. I'm more familiar with east and west and south of where I live. Is this a town? No. What is this? I don't see this on the... Oh, it's New Vienna. Alright, and I'm heading to the next one to turn. I'm sorry, it's about when I expected to see the town, but the map said much more time. Oh, we got another brother. I should learn how to recognize Harleys. I shouldn't be calling everyone a brother. Yeah. That was a brother. Ooh, we got a bunch of brothers. I feel like I shouldn't ride up on Harley riders with a camera. I feel like the average one might just get mad. Or maybe I just need to meet nicer Harley riders. No offense to Tiger, you're a nice Harley rider. I have noticed though that the only dudes that don't wave back on the highway are on that kind of a bike. Windy today. Here I was apologizing yesterday for showing you a lot of the same boring roads, but I guess even if I go on a new road that's absolutely brand new to me, it's still the same shit. It's just corn. Corn fucking everywhere. So I guess until I leave the area, sorry that is, well, I mean, harvest season will be soon, so the corn will go away, and then it'll just be dirt. Ooh, that's a spot. I'll have to go down probably soon, before the colors change. It'd be cool to see it while it's green. There's a bar on a river in Delhi that's really sweet. It's gonna be a fun spot to take the bike. A little bit of like a dirt hill climb to get out of there. Hill climb is a stretch, but boy, it is windy as fuck today. Flag almost at full salute. It's a cool barn. Should test drive a bigger bike on a longer test drive on a day where it's windy and see how much worse or how much better it really is. I'm also a new rider on highways and stuff, so like maybe I'm just not used to it. It is a little unnerving that I have to spend some like conscious thought into dealing with the wind. We also only have, holy shit, we're ticking over to 1,000 miles. So maybe at another 4,000 or 5,000 that'll change. Try to keep the camera pointed down while I'm looking up for safety. I'll just keep checking every few seconds until it ticks over. I swear I'm looking up through the visor. We're safe. There it is. I bought this bike last Wednesday. It's Saturday. Is that even 10 days? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This is the 10th day. So if I stopped right now, that'd be 100 miles a day since I bought it. I've been enjoying it. And I haven't absolutely hated recording it. I'm not in love with editing it and figuring out how to upload it. But I am feeling good about the stories I'm telling. That is something I'm going to need to budget for and actually figure out. Especially if I stick with 4K 60. I mean, yesterday's video was like almost 70. It was 60 at least gigabytes. Unless there's a provider that actually doesn't care about how much data you use. I think most of them start throttling you for the month after like 25. So to do 50 plus a day, I'm going to need a really crazy cell plan, or probably to figure out Starlink or something. And Starlink isn't super appealing because, at least with 5G, multi-100 meg upload is possible with Starlink. Although I haven't had Starlink in a while, maybe it's better, maybe there's an option, but I think 100 meg is like usually about all you can get. Let's see if I can mental math the upload time on that. First I'm going to punch in the next destination. This is a cool church. Pull into this gas station quick and punch in the next town, and then I'll wander around here. I guess I'll wander around here first. Yeah, I'll do that mental math, and then I'll stop and punch in where I'm going next. So 100 meg, 55, I'll say 50 gigabytes. If it was gigabit, which is 1000 meg, it's 8 seconds per gigabyte. So 50 times 8 is 400 seconds. So it'll be 4,000 seconds, which is a long time. 3,600 seconds in an hour? I guess it's not that bad. Well, I fucked up. I'm like leaving town to the east. Town just ends here. That barn looks cool. I'll pull over there and flip around, run back into this town. No, there's cars there. I'm gonna turn on a real street and just turn around there. Ooh, this is a dead end. Let's see where the dead end goes. Gravel is still spooky. I don't know if it's just that I'm lacking skill or that these tires actually suck, but it just feels like the front is constantly sliding out. Well, the bike doesn't feel unstable, so maybe I should trust it. I shouldn't come over blind. I don't want to go to the end of this. It's just a farm down there. Yeah, we're just gonna turn it around right here. Ugh. Definitely don't have the gravel skills that I should. And I don't want to end up down that hill, so we're gonna do the beginner walk. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like the bike really doesn't like it, and I made a mistake, and I need tires, or if I just am inexperienced. It'd be fun to see someone else on it might help me build confidence. Because yeah, I just feel like I'm constantly fighting to keep the bike from slipping out from under me, even at like 25 and gravel like this. Well, there we go. We did some off-road. I think this has spooked me enough from trying something new, but I will go to Edgewood and try the road I already did try. I at least did make it through that alive. Let's just punch that in here. Fuck it. So we're up through Colesburg and then into Edgewood. And let's check on the camera battery. Be nice if there was some way to know the battery percentage without having to like take the camera off or turn it off. Connecting. There we go, 55%. Yeah, that's fine. And now I need to somehow figure out how to get out of this app without killing the recording. Swipe back, swipe up. Help. I need help. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want a firmware update. It's really just my fingers not getting detected. I guess it was. Alright. Well, let's just punch this in as a destination. I'm not going to eat there. But we're 55% on the battery. We'll get to Edgewood, figure out where I'm going with that. Probably set up right ahead of the trail and then swap batteries. I gotta remember to seal the helmet if I want to be heard. I really gotta buy a pin lock so it stops fucking fogging up. I'll put the sun shield down for now, it's really bright. So yeah, this is Luxembourg. We're heading to Colesburg in 8 miles, I guess. Cool. Never been there. Never been here. Golden Harvest Shopping Center. It's cool. It really is just the whole town there. It's like 2 blocks that way, 2 blocks that way. Little corner store, 2 blocks this way. Thanks, Luxembourg. It's been fun. I want to see him do a trick. Oh, he was running. Oh, he's getting in the car. I was like, maybe he wanted to rev. Ooh, was that a Fox Body? Oh, it's a generation after. This guy's living his best life. Scary. Thank you, Mr. Cloud. Another pretty cloudy day. Super nice out. A little chilly. I should button this up some more. I'm not cold. Ooh, that looks fun. Wonder what this is going on here. gonna be a constant struggle of, like, obviously I can just go here and I could, like, go explore that, but, like, that is obviously private property and I would be trespassing. It's not gated like that one was. So it's like the weird legal gray area of, I forget what it's called, but, like, it's not unreasonable for someone to come up on your driveway and knock on your front door. That's how people tell people that they want to talk to them. And so things that are accessible from public roads like that, I think there's a reasonable expectation that someone from the public could come up there. I obviously shouldn't, like, go up there and just rip around and do laps. But, like, to go explore, to see if I can find someone to ask for permission to ride, which is probably what I would end up doing. That's a cool, that's not weather sun. What the fuck is that thing? I'm going to look that up. Dear Reddit, what the fuck did I just see? But yeah, that's what I probably would actually do, is, like, if I did ever see something cool like that and someone outside, ride up calmly and, you know, ask permission to go explore it. Ooh, it's gonna be cold in that forest where I'm going. Let's see if this guy's alright. Oh, is he getting off the road? Are you waiting for me to pass him? Oh. I want to go back and ask if he's okay. I'm on the right road, right? Yeah, okay. Back into Delaware County. I always wonder what those cutouts are in fields like that. Do they, like, take a sample or something? Like that. It doesn't look like a sample. I mean, that is fairly recent undergrowth, so if they did take it, it would, like, grow back like that. I don't know. I always wonder what that's for. No idea. Whew, it is windy today. And bright. Just put that visor back down, sun visor. This is a really shitty road that's been repaired a lot. This one's gonna suck. Oh, it didn't suck that bad. There's another one, and it, like, goes in quite a bit and curves. It's gotta be some sort of, like, testing thing for, like, pesticides or yield or some shit like that. I've never actively seen a tractor or a combine, like, just grabbing one section of a field in the middle of a grow season, so I don't have a solid theory. I'm gonna have to fucking Google that now. I want to know. Another telecom box just open on the side of the road. There's a lot of that out here. There's a fun topic. Talk about infrastructure, especially the power grid, but also the communications grids. So much of your life relies on really fragile systems that, if the right people were motivated to mess with, would cause all kinds of chaos. Hi, cows! Oh, so many baby cows! A really good example, when Texas froze over in 2022? I forget. One of the more recent, where they had a bunch of rolling blackouts. They were, like, less than 10 minutes away from a complete cascading grid failure, in which all power generation would have tripped off, meaning they would have had to restart the grid for, I think it's called, like, a black start. And I don't think anything near the size of the Texas power grid has ever actually done that in real life. I mean, you can look it up. It's some scary sounding shit. And that happened just because it got cold out. Imagine what happened if, you know, coordinated people attacked stuff. It's really fucking scary to think about. And then you drive down a road like this and you see a coax box, coaxial cable, like for like cable TV and cable internet, just open on the side of the road. Like a deer or a squirrel could knock out internet for hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. It really depends on what kind of box it is and where it's going. And that's just a dumb animal. Imagine if people were motivated and wanted to upset people or break stuff. Really scary to think about sometimes. Horses! Well, this is at least a good test of, can I ride a motorcycle at regular speeds on roads I've never been to and be comfortable? I don't feel uncomfortable. This is all new for me today after we left Dyersville. I should look up today's winds and see how bad it is. It doesn't feel that bad, but if this is 15 mile an hour, 40 might inhibit riding. God, I'm really excited to just flash through the country like this and see a whole different types of landscapes and communities. I'm still torn on going east or west. I talked about how maybe going west to then travel east for the show might be the play. But the idea of going east and then south and still just flying in for the show could be a thing. Like I said, I'm a big gamer nerd. I have a lot of friends. Oh, there's Colesburg. I would have to turn off to explore it. Maybe next time. I have a lot of friends all over the country. I'm sure I could find someone south enough but east enough to get a cheap flight out. I don't know. Stuff's getting close though, like about the battery pack so I can charge the DJI batteries so that I can keep the camera running. I will need to find some way to get accessory power out of the bike. I know there's a hookup under the seat, so I'll really just need a device that I can like set like a current limit for, so I can keep it below that like 80, 90, 100 watts I was thinking I could probably pull from the bike, and then I can plug whatever I want into that. And then I need to power the CPAP. It's probably the next thing I'm actually going to spend real money on is like a nice battery pack. I like the idea of the little Jackery. I've heard that it can do a CPAP. I don't like the idea of spending the $300-400 on it and then either discovering it's just too big and bulky to bring on the bike, or it doesn't last a whole night with the CPAP. If I was smart, I'd get like one of them smart meter plugs and just measure the power usage of the CPAP, and then I could build the battery, or at least spec out the purchase for what I actually need. Maybe I will do that. It would be smart. The tempting thing about the Jackery is I think you can just plug 12 volts into it and it will charge. So what I would really need is just like a key-on accessory wire or lead to it, and then it can live on the bike on the back near everything, and then everything that needs to be plugged in while I'm riding can just charge off the bike. It's really tempting to think about. Hello, cow. Yeah, I should probably do that. I should probably just buy something that can measure the power and just see how much my CPAP actually uses for a couple nights. And then if that little Jackery or there's like 7 of other brands that do those little fucking, they call them like power stations or whatever. Find one of those that I can strap to the bike. Probably the better bet. have seen some articles from people who camp with CPAPs who do like modified battery packs. They figure out some way to get 24 volts, which is what the machine takes, which does save on energy conversion if you don't have to go from AC back to DC twice. Well, from DC to AC, then AC to DC. It is more efficient, but if the battery has the capacity and is a whole unit and can do other things, there is something to be said about the convenience of that. And everything's replaceable, and nothing's permanent, so if I hate a solution, I can change my mind. Ooh, this would be like a steep hill. Falling rock, next 2 miles. That's terrifying. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't fall on me. I don't know what I was signing up for, but this sounds kind of cool. Maybe we just park. Park I'm out to check out up here. I'm gonna slow down. Oh, this is really pretty. This reminds me of like the Red Wing area, or even just off 52 north of like Decorah and stuff. I nearly went to Decorah today just because it's I've gone to Dubuque recently. I didn't do that on camera. And then I went to Cedar Rapids. Did I do that on camera? Where did I go? I went to Waterloo yesterday. Where did I go the day before? I already forgot where I went. Did I go to Dubuque? I feel like I went to Cedar Rapids and then Dubuque. And then Waterloo. No, I went to Dyersville. That's right. The first day I went to Dyersville to get chicken nuggets, which is towards Dubuque. Yeah, I've been exploring Dubuque, Waterloo, and Cedar Rapids a lot, and they're about the same distance away. So the thought was, I don't go to Decorah very. Oh, that's really cool. I want to go explore that park. But I'm really hungry. But yeah, Decorah is the ooh, that is the direction I should go. I'm gonna have to make a note of this and come back out here. Decorah is just the next. I've seen this like 8 times now, but it's just the next city that's the same distance away, and there's a lot of cool stuff up there. And I'm not familiar with the area, so it'd be good to go explore some more roads. I gotta come back here. This wasn't Colesburg. This is after Colesburg, between Colesburg and Edgewood. Which I can just run to Edgewood and then come west or east. It's a really pretty road. I'm looking forward. There's a lot of this, like I said, north of Decorah into northern Iowa and towards southern Minnesota. It's just really pretty. Yeah, I think I'm just going to hit that one road quick and then run back to town and get tacos. I just really want tacos. Some carnitas. I don't like El Pastor. I don't really know what's so different other than the more shredded versus like chunks. I thought they were both braised and cooked similarly, but I really do prefer carnitas. I might have to grab a candy bar or something in Edgewood because I am fucking starving. And I need to remember to change the battery when I get to Edgewood, so I'm going to have to do that. I think I'll park up right at the head of the gravel road, hop off, stretch my legs, change the battery, and come back. today. Hey, those are turning. I'm sad that you live out here and you're on a leash. That sucks. It's good that your owners care about you like that, but I feel like farm dogs should be a little bit more free. Really, it's another town I don't think I've ever actually been to. Woo, it is windy and it is straight in my fucking face. Oh, my ass is starting to hurt. I should have stopped at the other town. Do be blowing today, Jesus Christ. I'm definitely gonna look up what the winds are like. And hopefully this noise reduction, I think I said it was low and high. I think it was like standard and extreme. So we set it to extreme. I think if I had to guess what will happen is it will just cut out the lower end of my voice when it can't pick me up over the wind, so there's just less annoying noise, but also potentially less of my speech. So I guess we'll see what that's like. It's a cool propane tank. I'll admit, I do see the appeal of sport bikes to be able to fly through here like 90 or 100 and be comfortable, but I just don't think I'd actually be able to do it. There's too many things that can go wrong. Never mind the bike being mechanically unstable or something, but like just a deer could come out, or even like a raccoon or some shit, squirrel. I don't know, too much wildlife around here. But I guess most of those sport bike guys are doing that shit on the interstates and shit with relatively predictable humans and very large and easy to spot cars. And that I have no interest in. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever own a sport bike. Not even sure I'll bother to ride one. Remember to get off the throttle when I downshift. Or not a little bit that much, I guess. Oh, the puppy! Mums are here. Please park in the back. What is this? Those are both pretty clean. So I know it's the one after this little white thing. I can kill my navigation. There's a pretty cool little bar there with some good food. But I really want those tacos. Oh, my ass hurts so bad. I don't even know if this is a good idea, but we're gonna do it. I wonder why my ass hurts so bad. I haven't been riding that long. Maybe I found my limit. Maybe it's 1,023 miles. I seem to remember it was like right over here. It's called Fortune Road. We're off by a block? Is it 2 blocks? And the strangest of places if you look at it right. Sky Begonia is such a good song. I think it was the Grateful Dead, right? Not Sublime, but I like the Sublime version. Bumpity, bumpity, bumpity. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this road up here. So I'm gonna park up where it turns to gravel and I guess swap batteries, because it's probably down to like 40-something%. And I would just hate to have it like die on the way back or something. And that should be good until I get back to town. This is North Franklin, and then I guess technically that's Fortune Road up there, but let's set the bike down for a minute and swap this battery. Alright, we got the battery swapped. There's a truck coming up on me. I hope they don't think I'm in distress or anything. Oh, they're just getting their mail. They must live here. Alright. I'm going to ride to the end of the... with the way that water I saw in Waterloo yesterday was, I may not cross the water crossing here. Oh, I should have done a middle button on my jacket. I buttoned an upper button. Oh, the horsey just standing there. I'm terrified of horses. Anything that is faster or heavier or bigger than me is something I just usually try not to fuck with. Yeah, like even like this, I mean, I'm doing like 35, 40 on gravel. It's a little unnerving. This is scary. I didn't have to cross any cars last time. We'll go ahead and seal the helmet against that. So I did look this up a little bit online before I came out here the last time. And I think to the right there is some more stuff to go explore. But the main one is this one straight across here. I don't think there's anything interesting to the left. I probably could have survived not sealing the helmet just for passing that one car. I do have to remember that when I do get to the water crossing, if I choose not to go across and turn around, that I should do it not on a fucking hill. Or at least if I do go across and still change my mind, I should also do it not on a fucking hill. I nearly dropped the bike in front of someone who was trying to get by. It was really embarrassing. I crossed the water and then I thought about it. I was like, this is far enough and I should go back. And I just completely didn't realize that I was on quite a steep incline. And then decided to turn my bike around. It was really dumb. Here we go into the forest. It's fun to accelerate through this shit, but coasting is fucking terrifying. Yeah, this creek goes the whole way across. It'll probably not come across on camera how fucking cool it is. I remember more rear brake on this kind of shit than front brake. Don't want to wash out the front. You know, like accelerating feels fine. It's the holding my speed. Ba-boom. I probably should be standing. That's probably what everyone who does this shit, who's watching or does eventually ride with me, will be like, you gotta get up on the pegs. Oh, that's still kind of scary. I should probably practice on the road first. Whitby State Reserve. I don't know what gear's right here. Yeah, that crevice down there is really cool. There's a cool little bridge, you could call it, right here. We'll hop off and check this out. I took a couple pictures, but I don't think they really did it justice. Nature is cool. Yeah, but there's this, I mean, it looks like a road. I don't think you can call this a road. Is this a B road? Is that what B road means? But, yeah, this is just here. I feel like there was water flowing through here a couple days ago when I was here, so maybe it'll be lower at the crossing up the way. Oop, I should get out of this guy's way. They seem friendly. Alright, let's see if I can finish this road off. Yeah, people like live out here. Like, this is the road to some people's driveways. Which is kind of crazy to think about. So many cool spots. If I was more adventurous, I might go climb as a person. Ooh, this is new. That was cut. Oh, it probably came, oh yeah, storm knocked that down. I have to imagine people around here probably just have small saws in their trucks and shit, because this probably happens all the fucking time. Like, that rut is scary. Oh, this is scary. Ugh. Here's that water crossing where I turned around. I bonked my foot on one of these rocks and tried to go into that mud and dirt over there. Nope, not on these tires. Which sucks, because it looks really cool over there. Oh yeah, the water crossing is safe today. Yeah, I turned around like basically right after the concrete there, which was a terrible idea. And I think this ends if I just go a little bit forward. It's like not that much further up the road here. This is fun. I don't know if I'm doing it right. It's terrifying, but it's fun. I want to go faster, but I know that I shouldn't. I'm sure the traction control is helping me a lot right now, which is something I want to learn how to turn off. But I'm not even sure if I can. It's so pretty out here. I cannot wait to go around the country and just do this and not have to fucking answer to anybody. That's gonna be expensive, and I really don't fucking care anymore. I'll be fine. I really don't know how much further this goes. I thought it was pretty close up the road here. Yeah, looks like that's the end up there. Ooh, this is spooky. I'm not totally off the seat, but I'm on the pegs a bit. Well, that was fun. I'm gonna go explore the other side, and then I'm gonna go back and get tacos. Oh, it's gonna be scarier downhill. Alright, rear brake, don't let me down now. guess I do have a fair amount of engine braking too. I imagine as I do more of this, I'll get more comfortable. Like, I know I could go probably quite a bit quicker here, and I have the brakes and tires to slow down and stuff. But you should always ride at your own pace that you're comfortable with. You don't owe anybody any sort of showing off or showboating. People are allowed to be better than you at things, especially if they've been doing it longer. You don't have to nail it on your first try. Lots of rear brake. I probably shouldn't even be covering the front brake. And don't think I would freak out and grab it, but this part was rough on the way up. It's gonna be spooky on the way down. Alright, hopefully this isn't someone's driveway and goes off to somewhere. No, it's just like a little stopping spot. It is pretty though. I just don't want to freak out those people if they're there. Well, I'm glad I came back here. I took a couple pictures. Now I have a video. Yeah, that rut is really scary. I did want to look at this more. Oh, that tree got jonked. I bet that made some really cool sounds. Or did it make a sound? Was there anyone here to hear it? Oh, this is really fun. I know the traction control is absolutely saving my ass right now, and I shouldn't rely on that. But it is fun. I was talking with someone, I guess, hey Robert, if I send you this and you end up seeing it. Someone helped me out when my kickstand broke the other day, and he said he used to ride dirt bikes and stuff. And I said, I got an old clapped out KLX. If you got someone with a pickup, because that thing will not make it to Edgewood, but if we can get it to Edgewood, it will run on shit like this. I think he said he had a pickup, and we might talk soon about coming out here and doing some of that Hoonigan shit. Woo! Traction control absolutely saved me there. I did close the throttle, but I don't think it was my hand that saved me on that one. And suddenly doing 40 on this doesn't seem scary anymore. I think it really is just experience. Also, I guess it was the road in here that I was kind of uneasy with. Well, next time I'll go that way, because I think there was something over there. I'm gonna look it up first. Ooh, that was bumpy. Whoop. Yeah, I'm fucking hungry. I'm gonna get some tacos. I might ride around after that somewhere. I don't know. I guess if it's light enough, I could still get down to Delhi. It probably won't be light enough. I could go down there and get a beer anyway. before? Were you just hanging out? I was like maybe being groomed or something by an owner, but no, bro's just chilling. Glad he's not on a leash like that dog was. I will not be asking to pet horses. Horses are scary, like I said. But I will try to pet lots of dogs. God, it is so fun that you can just ride this thing 40 fucking miles or whatever and then just go into shit like that. And then just come straight back into real life on the roads. I'm very happy with this bike. And it is specifically because of shit like that that I'm glad I bought the smaller 390. I do realize that the 700s from the 800s only weigh, I think it's only like 50 or 60 pounds more, maybe 100 more. It's not like I'm having to haul around an 800 pound bike, and this thing's about 400, so I think it's 380 wet. But that extra 80, 90 pounds when I'm freaking out and leaning the bike over can make a big difference. Oh, I've seen this guy around my town. He's really cool. Alright, let's go get some tacos. I could have gone west to avoid the sun for a little bit, but I would have had to come back east into town. So instead, I'm going to do this tiny bit west to get to Highway 13. And then it'll be south. I don't want to have to look at the sun at all. Seal this up so that maybe we can still hear over the wind. My old general practitioner was on the left side there with my doctor. He's retiring. Got a new one now. I'm excited about that. I really liked him as a doctor, but he's done with his job. Time to move on. I do like that my new doctor is actually in the town that I live in. That's nice. I'll be going in for a procedure actually on Monday. I'm getting my throat scoped. I had some really weird complications a couple weeks ago. I did end up having mono, which is probably the most of my complaint, but I still do have some weird shit going on in my throat. They took a CT and didn't see anything, so they're going in there with the scope, and they're going to see what they can find. I've had acid reflux since I was really young. And I haven't been taking the proton pump omeprazole as much as I should have been. That coupled with a lot of bad eating, a lot of drinking. It's not great. There's a really good chance my esophagus is really messed up and scarred. Could also be something fun like cancer. That would be neat. Also, before it got really bad, I did have some gum pain, and a lot of the pain originated on that side. So I wonder if it might be. I think the word is like abscess, where like there's like a growth, and it like breaks loose, but then like sticks on again somewhere later, something like that. There's like something growing there. I don't know. It doesn't hurt nearly as much as it used to. I really have to like think about feeling it if I swallow to like feel where it hurts. So it's not that big of a deal, but. 5 years ago, I would have just ignored it until I can't drink or eat again. But after this most recent scare, we're going to do what the doctor says. We're going to get the tests. We're going to get the scope. We're going to take the medicine. Doctors really do want to help you, in spite of it feeling like they can't sometimes. Most of them, some of them, more than zero of them want to help you. But you do have to be honest with them, and you do have to appreciate that it isn't like a metric exact science. It's not like producing a screw or a bolt for a motorcycle. There isn't just a design spec for every human, right? Medicine is complicated. I suppose I can say it publicly because I will be saying it on the phone when I do get the bill. When this whole thing started, I had been nauseous for a couple weeks. And they did an x-ray. I went to urgent care and I did an x-ray, and they thought like maybe you're just like a little constipated, take some laxatives for a couple of weeks and chill out. And I went the next day to the ER because I just literally couldn't even drink water. Like, I had maybe gotten down like 6 ounces of water that whole day. And they didn't seem super concerned about that. I'll put this sun visor up. I was like, my throat hurts worse than it's ever hurt in my entire life. Like, swallowing water hurts. And they took my vitals. They didn't even swab me for strep throat or anything. They just said, oh, you have a big post-nasal drip, and the air quality is bad. We all have sore throats. Like, as long as you can physically swallow and breathe, it's not an emergency. And I was like, I mean, isn't drinking water kind of like necessary for life? And they're like, yeah, but if you can swallow, you're fine. I'm like, what? No, I drank 6 ounces of water today. I measured. And they're like, yeah, but if you can swallow, just keep drinking water. Everyone's like really upset about that. And they didn't want to do any tests. They weren't really interested. So I don't intend to pay that ER bill. I plan to tell them that I'm just not going to pay it. And we'll see what they say. And the reason I'm comfortable with that is the next day I went to urgent care. And then, wait, was it urgent care? I think I went in, yeah, again the next day. I still can't fucking eat or drink. And they swabbed me for mono. Or they took my blood and urine. And they ran a bunch of tests and tested for mono and found that I do have mono. Which, I mean, at least like a strep test or something would have been nice in the ER. So yeah, doctors usually mean well. Sometimes they don't. I guess those, I don't know, I think those are nurse practitioners. And they're at an ER where they deal with people who whine about shit all the time. It was really frustrating though to feel like it was almost as if even urgent care didn't really care and wanted me to like go to a primary doctor to talk about something because it wasn't immediately acute, because it didn't happen today. They were like, why haven't you scheduled a blah blah blah? And I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand how I'm supposed to use the healthcare system. Maybe it's all my fault. But yeah, we're not planning to pay that ER bill. I was really frustrated with that experience. Happy with the doctor since. Happy to get scoped on Monday. Happy to figure out what's up with me. But I do have to concede, even though most of them do want to help, or at least it feels like they do, some of them are just doing their job and think you're out there to mess with them, or just think they understand without trying to understand you better. Oh, I can't wait for these fucking tacos. I'm so fucking hungry. It's 6:30. If I'm out of there by 7:30, it might still be light if I made it down to that cool spot in Delhi. I'll have to take a look. Just give the sheriff a casual nod as we go by at 12 over, no problem. Oops. I would take that ticket. I wouldn't even be mad. Dairy cows. Ooh, that could be a fun little jump. Ooh, it's stinky out here. Wind isn't so bad coming from the right. I could just wait to eat and go down to Delhi. Let me pull off when I get to town and do like a rough estimate on the time. Because sitting down at the taco spot at 6:30 is a recipe for waiting for 50 minutes anyway. Especially on a Saturday. Ooh, bikes. Ooh, maybe a sheriff. Not a sheriff. Ooh, bikes. I want to catch my new biker friends. I don't know them, but we're friends now. I decided. They are, as someone described to me recently, friend-shaped. I like that, friend-shaped. I wasn't imagining things. I saw two motorcycles, didn't I? Am I dumb? Am I that hungry? Am I just, like, hallucinating? I really shouldn't be going this fast on this road. Dude, I swear I saw two bikes. What happened? Oh, there they are, two bikes. Friend-shaped! Friend-shaped! I'll catch them in town, I'm not super worried. Oh, there might be a couple brothers. They probably won't like me. Oh, if I pass them, they might be mad I break their rules. I definitely shouldn't do that. That's not fair. I don't know them. I shouldn't assume that they're mean. I'll give them a friendly wave and see what they do. Friend-shaped motorcycle friends. I don't know you, but we're gonna be friends. I wonder if they've noticed me yet. Oh, they've definitely noticed me by now. Perfect timing, right as we roll into town. Or that dude, he's like laying back. He waved, he's friendly. I don't know, we're speeding up into town, but I'll follow him and wave. Can't see what county they from. Just hanging out with my new homies. Probably won't even ever know their name. Oh, I was gonna park up that building over there. Shit, I forgot. I'm not gonna follow Hardy Larders that point me off the street. Shit, so I need to park up somewhere, because I think if I go now, I'm just gonna wait longer to get food anyway. Shouldn't be going this fast. So I'm gonna put in Delhi and go there and see it. Plus, that'll be a fun road to climb back up. I can't be going this fast in this town. Where am I gonna park up? Let's go to the grocery store. It's kind of in the direction I'm going anyway. No, can't go that fast. I need to use less routes in this gear and stop switching gears. Bikers, hey. Yeah, I'll park up here at Fairway, punch in Delhi just so I remember exactly where I'm going, and then come back for tacos. Then I guess I'll take the glove off and try to check the battery, the camera battery too. I'm gonna have to figure that out. It looks like I get like maybe 2 hours at the most, but it's more like an hour and a half per battery. Honestly, I could just turn the camera on and off as interesting things happen. I don't really need this whole unedited thing, but it's just kind of the format I want. I want to just live my life and tell the story. I don't want to have to think about recording it. Which is what I don't like about the short battery life, is that like I have to already at that rate plan to stop at least that often. Does it sound like shit because this fucking visor's open? Let's just turn around here. Punch this in real quick. And half this will be like 7:30-ish when I get back. That's actually probably a good. Is it gonna set me down 20? No, good, okay. We've got some, this is Jack Johnson. Who is this? Barenaked Ladies. Although they make me think, this song makes me think of Jack Johnson. Another good artist. Jason Mraz. Barenaked Ladies. They had that kind of like alternative type, I don't know what you would call that music. Smile when you realize it. Someday I'll learn the words. Chicken to China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick in your brain. Wait, that's the wrong song. Alright, let's go see this place. I thought about it. I've been doing some adventuring, wandering around. Got some dirt on my shoes, that's good. I should probably tuck my pants back over them, but whatever. I'll do that after dinner. Oh, I didn't check the battery percentage. Alright, I'm going to park up here and actually do that. Can I do it without actually connect? Breaks my music. Come on. Connect faster. There we go. 74%. Yeah, we're plenty good now. Can I actually get the swipe? Hey, let's go. And resume my music. All right, we're golden. Ooh, I get to do my favorite road. Maybe I will even stop and patronize this establishment for one beer before I come back for dinner. Get a couple chips or something. I need to munch on. I'm fucking hungry. I really should have just got tacos. Broom. So 74%. That included the trip through the off-road and back from Edgewood. I should be able to go here and back and get the tacos. I still have battery life. I hate that I have to think about that. I was promised 4 hours DJI. Why was that 4 hours at like 1080p 30? We've been doing that. We've been past that on YouTube for like 8 years now. Probably should get more off the throttle when I do that power shifting shit. It's probably not super great for the clutch. Makes a cool sound though, the power shifting. It would be cool if this has had one of those more aggressive limiters of where it actually cuts the ignition as opposed to like riding up on the RPMs. But I think it's healthier for vibrations and the engine as a whole that it just sits there at that RPM. I don't intend to find a limiter. Well, the clutch is engaged. I've heard it is pretty aggressive. Oh, it's gonna be perfect. It's actually gonna be really pretty out there, assuming the cloud clears. I get a little bit of sun when I get there. Something fishery. There should be something to go explore. Sure, I already said that I love Cake. I do love his cover of War Pigs. Something about cover songs just hits different for me. It's honoring the original artist's work while still being able to appreciate new art. I think that's really cool. I think I will stop and have one beer at this place. I haven't been to this place in a long time. I am kind of thirsty. I might see if I can get like a side of fries before I get my tacos. I shouldn't, because I'm going to eat tacos and a bunch of rice. haven't been hitting the button to mark things that I want to turn into clips. I keep going through the video from the last few days. I don't see it in the editing software. And I really don't like having to transfer the files to the phone, use the phone to render when I have way more powerful computers than my phone. And then it locks the phone up for 2 to 3 hours while I'm transferring and rendering. And then I have to transfer it from the phone to the computer to upload it anyway, because I don't fucking trust a YouTube app to upload it on the fucking phone. So I really should just get a nice SD card reader and start learning to edit whatever it is I guess I really should just use DaVinci. It's a professional tool. Need to learn the keyboard shortcuts. I know enough in DaVinci to produce the edit that I want. I would have to do it by manually clicking everywhere, and I hate doing that. It's the whole reason I ended up in tech. Remember that thing I said about using Excel and how it really sucked ass? So I wanted to figure out how to make it so I don't have to do it. I need to do that with DaVinci and editing. I wonder if you can script stuff in DaVinci. Well, maybe I'll look that up when I stop for a beer here. All I really need to do for most of the edit is just string all the clips together and render it. And then cut out anything specific, like when I go to someone's house or maybe have interaction with somebody I don't think is worth putting on the internet. Kind of like that lady in Waterloo last night. I thought, like, that could make a funny clip. People would watch that. It would got a lot of likes. But, like, if this ever did blow up and 1 million people watch it, I would feel really bad. That lady knows that maybe 1,000 people will go by and see her that day. I mean, she probably doesn't know it if she's on drugs or whatever, but like, she doesn't need people from across the world talking shit about her for where she ended up in life that day. I'm not gonna edit that kind of shit out of a long form video like this, but I feel like specifically calling out the moment and drawing attention to it for the sake of people's attention is just not the kind of content I want to make. When I say content, because I do want to produce shorts from these videos that I think are fun and entertaining and that people will enjoy. I'm here for these videos, but the videos will contain the shorts, so I'm not against the idea of putting in the effort to figure that out. God, these rides really are a lot shorter on a bike. I might be going a little faster than I would on a car, but it feels like I just left town and I'm already almost there. Oh, this one is the next one. Although I did fuck up, but I went east again towards Sunset, or around Sunset. Yeah, I might ask you to brake anyway. I'm gonna stop here for a beer. Then I will go get some tacos. Let's go. Not sure where that turn was. Thank you, front brakes. Horses! Bunch of horses back there. Ooh, even more down in the field. Alright, this is the fun part. It's a real off-road. I'm going to use a lot of rear brake on this one. it's this way. Level B, use at own risk. Is this really a real Level B road? Is that what that means? I don't actually know what's up there. Oh, so there's a little parking lot. Yeah, this would like suck in the winter to live here. Thank you, engine braking. Is it Level B just because it's so fucking beat up and they just don't take care of it? I've never noticed that sign before. Alright, we made it to where we're going. Probably should have just gone over that one. Oh, fucking look at this place though. I actually should go over there before I turn around. Such a cool area. Very pretty on the water. Oh, I guess I'll park up and go get a beer. Everybody on that little patio thing was looking at me. I guess I should just get used to that, especially out here. Not in a big city, I'm out where people don't see this kind of shit. Alright, I'm gonna go get a beer and then go get some tacos and then probably call it quits for the day. Let's see how I feel, how the batteries are doing, and if I find an idea of something to do. Well, that was a good beer. It's a really pretty area. Oh, I wonder if I can get over there and go explore. There's like a gravel road over there I could check out. Ooh, I should watch this thing tomorrow. Also, I was peeping the footage. I'm already over 2 hours. So I think I'm just gonna ride back to some tacos and call it a day, at least for talking to a camera like I'm making a video. Ooh, that felt good. Like I said, it was a good beer. Oh, I do wonder what's over there. I kind of want to go fucking... So I got a bridge? How do I get over there? Do I just like cut through here? I don't know these people. A little path goes there. Oh, is this a road? I'm curious what's over here. I've never actually gone over this way. I have no idea what I'm getting into. Private drive, no trespassing. Oh, well, okay. Fair and valid. I didn't realize it was private. Huh? I didn't realize it was private. It looked cool over there.
Yeah, it just fall back here. Good.
Gotcha. No worries. Sorry. Oops. Well, they seem friendly. I'm gonna go get some tacos. Fuck, I didn't put my phone on. I'm gonna park up, put my phone on, and then go get some tacos. really dumb way to drop the bike. Where's my phone? Alright, kickstand down. Fuck it, I'm not dropping this thing. Where the fuck is my phone? There we go. Oh, it's peaceful here. I wonder where that goes. Is that also just a house? It does look like there's a house number there. Let's switch this back to that. Turn the Cardo back on. Man, I really didn't plan for this at all. Yeah, that's just a house address. I'm not going to go that way. Get the music going. I'm offline, so I got downloaded music right now, but that's fine. Oh, I don't have any maps downloaded, so hopefully it's got a good cache. Walmart's a good target. That's fine, we'll find that eventually. Yeah. And yeah. Make sure that's still good. Yeah, I should probably give it a little more slack. Kind of like the idea of it plugged in with the cord going down. I need to go get that part so I can do the wireless charging. All right. Hopefully the map will come back eventually. It'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'm going a little bit north and a little bit west. It's not that hard. Definitely need a new glove. I'm getting a callus that makes me believe this glove is too big, too floppy. That is technically a road. I'll have to come down there next time. I actually have to look that one up. Wasn't able to look anything up at the bar here. I don't have any fucking service, as you can see. And I'm gonna have to remember to download the offline maps for this profile. I forgot about that. Fun fact, if you're an Android user, there used to be like a limited number. I don't know if there's a limited number or it's just like a storage thing anymore, but it's not that much storage. If you frequently use maps in an area where you also frequently lose cell coverage, you can download the entire map data. You can set a section of the map that you want to be kept up to date. Anytime you're on Wi-Fi, it'll update it on your phone, and then it'll work just like you have service, even when you don't. Which is super helpful in areas where you frequently lose service. And you can select a pretty large area between where I live here in Iowa and the Twin Cities. I can get like the entire thing, which covers like Rochester and anywhere I would stop on the way. As well as like my friends and family up in Minnesota and the town that I live in. And it's only like a couple hundred megabytes. Yeah. Really should be putting my feet down on every stop, but that is fun. So yeah, the phone thinks we're going to Walmart. Or at least it did. Now it just says, drive. Okay. So yeah, just gonna go get the tacos. Call this a video for the day. I think this is already longer than yesterday's. I didn't say nearly as cool of shit. It's a really pretty sunset though. I'm gonna say that a lot, and I'm not sorry. I really do love taking in nature. went and saw the thing I said I would go see. I talked about the jobs like I said that I would. That was a good beer. Went and saw some new places. Got a couple ideas. That park to the west of Edgewood is really neat. That little road, just leaving Smokies at Delhi here, was kind of cool. I should look that up. I think I know my way back. I think I can find my way back. I don't really need turn-by-turn directions. I know that I live in that general direction. Woo, it is getting chilly though. God, that's a pretty sunset. I hate lugging this thing at like 4,000 RPM, but it seems to take it. I don't know, coming downhill in a turn towards that kind of shit. I definitely do get target fixation every once in a while still as a new rider. I do think that I'm conscious and aware of it, but we slow down when we aren't comfortable on a road. We don't force ourselves to go through something just because someone else did. Or even if I know the bike is capable. It doesn't mean the rider is. Some good progress today though. I did the off-road. I really did feel on the way back that I was a lot more confident, even after having gone through it twice. So that's cool. Decided to chop that up and send that to the off-road people. See what they think, see if they have any input. I'm gonna take it right here, and this just is back into town, right? Boom, boom, boom. Yep, found neutral. Oh, that did not make a good sound for first gear. Something I wasn't super sure about, but it made sense when I thought about it and looked it up. I had built a habit of like coasting in second with the clutch in, and I was wondering why it always clunked when I was in first. But obviously, if I'm floating with the clutch in, then the transmission has had time to stop. So when I'm grabbing first, it's having to catch up to the speed of the engine or the speed of the wheel, or one of the two, the speed between them. So when I do intend to coast to a stop, I should still grab first right away and just sit on the clutch after switching to first. It'd be nicer on my transmission. I don't know what that car is doing, but I don't like how they're sitting there. I'm glad they didn't back into me. No, I'm excited for these fucking tacos. I've gone to this place like pretty much every week that I've been in town since I realized I had good tacos. That's a cool car. Damn, I probably did over 100 miles today again, or at least I will by the time I get back and run around town. I haven't really cleared my mind. I don't have anything else to talk about. So tacos will probably be where this ends, but I'm probably still gonna ride around a little bit after I eat dinner. Maybe the novelty of this will wear off after a couple months, but I'm really enjoying just being out in the elements, wandering around. I have to figure out the editing thing. What I really need to do is stop trying to use my desktop computer at home, because I won't have that on the road. I need to sit down at the laptop that I'll be bringing with me. And I think that thing is an SD card reader too, which might be useful. Just sit and do a fucking edit on that thing and start, especially like I keep saying, learning the shortcuts, the keyboard shortcuts for DaVinci, which I think will solve 90% of my disdain with the idea of editing on the computer. Because the render will be faster, I'll be able to use my phone. But the new Pixel phone comes out soon, and I'm a dumbass, so I'm gonna buy it. So like, this thing could just be for this, and it can just live on the bike, and it won't be my main phone. And it isn't a terrible experience. Even yesterday, having to slip in that other video, or the other thing I haven't tried yet that I will have to do when I ride with people like Tiger or other people is figuring out how to get their audio in. I figured out how to record it now, so I can get the audio, but I don't know how that goes in the DJI Mimo app, whatever the fuck it's called. I know how that goes in DaVinci, and it would actually be really straightforward once I have all the files. So I might just have to bite the bullet and learn how to edit on the computer. But if I could live without the computer, well, I can't live without the computer. I need video games. Even if it's not every night, I don't have good internet. I need to have the ability to play video games. So I'll be bringing the computer. But if I have the other main phone, and this just becomes a bike phone and a YouTube phone, I mean, it won't hurt to have the skill set on the computer. I can do both. While I have the time, I can learn to edit on the PC when I have the time, and then do it on the phone when I have to. I am, the more I think about it, becoming increasingly concerned with how I will upload, especially if I stick with 4K 60. It's just 8 times the data. $10 gigabytes becomes 80. Oh, hi puppies! I want to pet the puppies. They don't know. They just saw a weird guy on a motorcycle wave at them. Oh, this was dumb. I could have gone across town on the fun road. Why did I come this way? Also, that's the thing I'm talking about. I shifted and then got off the clutch. What I should have done was left it in first and then coasted on the clutch. Where's my Tyson? Oh, there it is. Something you need to spend some time thinking about. All of my previous experience on any sort of motorcycle when I was a young child was a little 80 and 125 cc's in the woods somewhere where we just kind of banged on the shift lever. We didn't really touch the clutch very much. Which honestly, I haven't actually tried with this thing yet. Let's try it. It's not bad. It's not great for it, so I won't without the quick shifter add-on or whatever the fuck. Or maybe I'll ask Reddit about that. Yeah, I'm gonna come in and get some tacos. I need some distilled water for my CPAP at home, so I think that will fit in the backpack. I did it again. I didn't shift into first and I coasted on the clutch. But I think I can fit a gallon of water in my backpack. So I'm probably going to do that. Probably get some gas too. Then I'll head home. Play some video games. Probably come out for a couple of drinks. But that won't be part of the video. That'll just be me living my life. I've already got too much video for today. Which is crazy. I didn't think producing 2.5-hour videos every day would be this uncomplicated. I don't want to say it's easy, and it's not fast. And the annoying thing is, until I figure out how to mark these clips, or find some nice way to review 2 hours of footage without spending multiple more hours on it, I just don't know how to find the moments that I want to make clips out of. I'm sure, maybe there's like an AI thing for that, like detect when I giggle or laugh, and then give me that 2 minutes, and I'll just review all of those. And I do think sealing the visor does actually help the audio a lot. Hopefully having the wind control thing on extreme hasn't completely cut my voice out of the video. I'm excited for some tacos. It's also like almost 8 o'clock, which is actually probably the perfect time to show up. Like, I'll probably get an 8 o'clock rush of people who plan to come out at 8, but the people who showed up at 6 or 7 have already ordered and gotten their food. This is the spot. You ever end up in this part of Iowa and you like carnitas tacos, this is the place. Ooh, pull-through parking, nice. So, yeah. Another day, another adventure. Like I said, I'm going to ride around some more, but I'm done with this for today.